So, are you sick and tired of getting beat by your uncle at his bets at the family bowling outing? Well, I can help you with that. During the next 7 minutes, I can show you how to be a bowling master. So first, a few things you need to know about the lane. As you can see back here, the lane is about 60 feet long. Now, you can't really see it, but there's some oil on that lane. It's about 40 feet out, all right? So there's oil straight from the beginning to 40 feet, leaving 20 feet of dry board. Now, the ideal spot for you to get a strike is right in between the first or the head pin and the 3 pin, which is the pin directly to the right of it. All right, so let's get into it. First thing you're gonna need to do is get ready. So you're gonna need your ball, that's for one. You also might wanna invest in some shoes like these. Now, some other things you can possibly get is a bag for your ball. And within this bag, you could even have some ball cleaner. With that ball cleaner, you can get a nice little towel to wipe your ball off. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the actual lanes. So, the first thing that's going to need to happen is your approach. Your approach is going to be you walking up to the lane and actually getting the ball there. So, there's two parts. There's your feet and then your arm. Your feet, you're going to want to choose where to stand. So, as you can see out here on the lanes, there's some arrows. Those arrows will help tell you where your ball is going to go. So, you're going to come back here. You're going to step maybe middle, maybe right. This all depends on you. So the more you bowl, the more you'll find out what works for you. I bowl right here at the first right knob. And I shoot at the second arrow. So, you're going to want to get here. You can stagger your feet a little bit. Lift one if you want to be fancy. And then you take one step with your right foot. Now, it's important to note, this first step should be the smallest, and it should increasingly get bigger each step. So, for what that looks like, it should look something like this. Now, at the end, you will notice I have one foot lunged out because you slide it into what we'll call the release. And on this final step, you'll take your other foot and drag it behind. So, that's what you need to know for your approach, the feet. Your arm, however, has different motions. You want to start in a relaxed position. Now, this position can be here or it can be down here. When you take that first step, you're going to want to bring that ball out with you. So you're going to bring it out and just drop it. And just like this, you can see my shoulders will pivot and my arm is acting kind of like a pendulum. So you're going to step out, bring down, pendulum. Just like that. Now, that's what it's going to be like. And you're just going to do it fluidly throughout your approach. That leads us to the third step. Reminder, 1 being getting started, 2, where to stand. Now, for your release, the second step being your approach, your release is the third step. The release is going to be how you take the ball off your hand. When you come back and down, your ball, once it gets right here, about the 6 o'clock position, you're going to loosen your wrist, all right? Now, during this entire time, we talked about how you come back and just swing. When you bring your arm back, your hand should be cupping the ball underneath, giving support. You're gonna come back And about 6 o'clock, you're gonna loosen, just like this. Then, once you get to this line, you're going to have your palm facing the pins, and you're gonna flip up with your fingers. So you have your fingers here, and you're gonna flick up. What that's gonna do is generate spin. What that'll do is curve straight into pins and give you more power. That will help you get strikes. So now, what can we look at now? So, you know how to move, where to stand, how to release the ball. Let's move into for spare shots. Spare shots, depending on the pins, you move to different boards. General rule of thumb, for every 1 pin, move 3 boards. That's kind of what you need to know. However, if it's 7 or 10, you can go out to the side, either side, and move a few more boards. And you want to throw it kind of down the middle of the lane and hit one of those 2 side pins. Now, this is the most fun part. Celebrations. All right? Bowling is as much a mental game as it is physical. If you come into it tired or upset, you're going to do worse. So you want to come in with a good attitude and be awake. For every good frame you bowl, you want to do a celebration. My personal favorite is the dice roll. You roll a dice. It's great. The crowds love it. So you want to do a nice little celebration like that. But let's say you get a bad frame. Then you want to tell whoever got that bad frame, you were robbed. You were robbed of the pins. That is the 6 steps to bowling. 1, get ready. Come on, man. Get your bowling ball, get your shoes. Let's get pumped. 2 is going to be where to stand. You're going to have dots and stand. 3, your approach. Walk up to the lane with your feet and your hands. 4, the release. Take the ball off your hand. 5, moving for your spares. Moving and grooving. 6, celebrations. Just like that. So now, whenever your uncle bets that you can't get some strikes at a bowling match, you'll be winning.